Welcome guys to our first ever Ford test unit, and this week we're joined with something extremely special. This week we have the Ford Ranger Platinum.
From the moment you lay eyes on it, the Ford Ranger Platinum demands attention. Up front, it's all about bold presence with a distinctive grille design flanked by exclusive performance LED headlights, the very same high-end light tech only found in the Ranger Platinum and the iconic Raptor. And just so you never forget what you're looking at, the Platinum lettering is stamped all across the bonnet to let everybody know that when you got the Platinum. The grille is also paired with some satin chrome grille that sets it apart from the rest of the Ranger lineup to let you know that when you're the groot man of the range. There's also a V6 badge on the fender, giving you quite the hint of all the power that lies underneath this hood. Down the sides, things get even more premium with massive 21-inch alloy rims, sculpted side steps, and chrome detailing that adds to the touch of luxury to this rugged machine. Of course, not forgetting the platinum badging on the door. The Ranger Platinum blends workhorse capability with upscale design, redefining what it truly means to own a Bakkie. Coming back to the rear, we have a side step to help you get into the load bed. It's not where it ends. Coming down to the rear, we also do have a spring-loaded tailgate opening over there to let you know that no hard labor is accepted this side. Inside, you get a power roller shutter and two power sockets, but it's not about what's outside. Let me take you inside and show you what the Ranger Platinum is like from the driver's seat.
Alright, jumping into the interior of the Platinum, it's quite a very special place to be in. Let me just turn this down. Actually, let me just power it off. Right, so up front we do have a digital instrument cluster. Oh, it's chiming at me there quite a bit, and I have to say this digital instrument cluster is it's very nice. I like the way the instrumentation looks and the graphics and everything else. This is not like the one you get in the Wildtrak. This one is slightly a bit bigger and displays quite a bit more information on this, right? So I really like that. One key thing that I also like with the Platinum, it comes with what do you call this? It comes with Bowers and no, it comes with Bang & Olufsen sound system. Sorry guys, sorry. You need to remember these sound systems from. I was at the launch of the vehicle that I'll post after this. And then up top, man, you know, it's a Platinum, man. Like, you can tell that you know what you're paying over 1.1 million rand, and you can see where your 1.1 million rand is going with this lovely stitching over there. Coming down to the steering wheel, you have a leather wrap steering wheel over there with your cruise control buttons, and you have that cruise control buttons on the left, audio buttons on the right, and buttons to cycle in between the screen up top, right? Coming down to the center, this has to be, you know what, when they first launched the Ranger, I was not a fan of this screen, but everybody's now doing screens, and I have to say that the graphics is quite nice, very responsive. It also comes with wireless Apple CarPlay and wireless Android Auto, of which I really have to say I really like. My only downside is the fact that as much as you do get shortcut buttons, right, if you want to change the direction of the A, you need to fiddle with that change. Okay, while you're driving, it's a bit of a faff, right? Okay, I want the A to come to the front, I want it to come to my feet, you know, so it's a bit of a faff, right? But once you get used to it, I think it works absolutely fine. We also do get heated seats and ventilated seats with the Platinum, which is absolutely really nice. I've been using that quite a lot, with a heated steering wheel as well. Down below we also do have a wireless charging pad with a USB-A port and a Type-C, of course, with something to store your phone, 2 cup holders, and this lovely gear selector, right? Let me just demonstrate what this gear selector does, right? So I'll pop it into drive. So since it's a drive-by-wire gearbox, it's able to do things like this. Technology. You know. And then coming down below, we also do have our electronic handbrake over there, our mode button that changes the modes and everything else, camera system. So this car also comes with camera park assist and everything like that. We also do have a drive mode selector over here that shows us everything else. And then yeah, man. And then coming along down to the dashboard over here, we also do have platinum badging over there, and somewhere to open to store things here, and of course your traditional glove box. But the key thing that you won't find in this is the ambient lighting, and you won't find wood trim inside a Ranger. I think this has to be the only Ranger that you can find wood trim in it, right? But anyway, let's jump into the driving impressions. for the driving impressions of the Platinum. And right from the get-go, I'd really like to start off by the comfortability of this vehicle, because you know, when you buy a Platinum, you're buying it, not buying it to use it as a workhorse, but instead you're buying it to enjoy. You're buying it basically to enjoy the comfort that has, like you're basically buying it to have the best of both worlds, the luxury, and also having a double cab, right? So let me just pop open the heated seats over there and heated steering wheel, because it's quite cold in Pretoria. So you might be wondering what powers this basic Platinum, right? So under the hood we have a 3-liter turbocharged engine over here that puts out about 185 kilowatts. And I must say, you know what? You don't need so much power in the Bakkie. You really don't. You absolutely don't need so much power in the Bakkie, because this thing goes. Wherever you set it, this thing goes. Because if I put my foot flat right now, you know, so this thing absolutely goes. So I feel like, you know what, the more comfortable setting for this vehicle would be you just cruising along day to day, doing whatever that you're doing, right? But you don't need so much power in a double cab. And you know what, I'm actually glad that you do have such power, because you know what, you do have such power underneath your right foot, because you know what, each and every time when you drive and you feel like you need to do overtakes and everything like that, this is, you know that you're able to do that. I now understand why you see majority of the Ford Ranger drivers cooking on the road. Like, when I mean cooking, I mean cooking. Ford Ranger drivers don't play on the road. They really don't play. So, but they really don't play. But if there's anything that I must say that I'm not really quite happy with, but at the same time I don't feel like I can complain that much, is the fuel consumption of this vehicle. So Ford claims 8.5. Trust me, I've never seen anything close to 8.5. The lowest I've seen, and that's with me trying, was 9.8. But to be quite realistic, I think it's because, you know what, this vehicle is not meant for city driving. You do not buy a Platinum if you're going to be doing a lot of city driving. Where you'll see the benefit of the V6 engine is on a long distance trip, right? So currently I've been averaging 11.3 liters, which is quite bad. It's really bad. Sometimes I've been seeing my 10.5s, but 11.3 liters. Oh. And bear in mind, this vehicle has an 80-liter fuel tank. So roughly, if my math serves me correctly, I think you'll be paying close to about for a full tank, which is dizzy. If I'm being honest, if you actually use this in your daily. But you know what? I have to commend Ford, because the suspension also feels very comfortable. Handles bumps quite well, despite of the rims that it has. It actually handles bumps very well. It's very quiet. You know what? I feel like, you know what, this has to be the best Bakkie that doesn't feel like a Bakkie, if that makes sense, right? So basically, it does have a bit of that the Bakkie bounce and jiggle, but it's not too much. You know, it's bearable. It feels like a car instead of a Bakkie, right? Of which I really like how Ford calibrated that. You know, how they calibrated the whole suspension tuning and everything else. I really like it. But yeah, guys, with that being said, I'm CJ from 6K Wheels, and I'll catch you guys within the next one.